Good morning, students. Hope you are fine. And let us go on to this next session in our biozoology class. Clear? So, before we start this class, let us do one review regarding the previous classes, whatever we discussed. Clear? So, in the previous sessions, we discussed about this classification of kingdom Animalia. So, in there, based on certain characters, the kingdom Animalia will be classified, we said, right? So, what are the characters we discussed? So, level of organization and diploblastic and triploblastic organization, patterns of symmetry, coelom, segmentation, as well as notochord, right? So, based on these characters, kingdom Animalia will be classified, right? So, in this session, we are supposed to discuss the specific features of some phylums. Already in the previous session, I said to learn about this name of this at least all the phylums, right? Hope you learned. So, from these basic phylums, only few phylums we are going to learn in this session. Fine. Let us go on to the class. So, today's class we are supposed to discuss regarding the two phylums. The name of the phylums are PHYLUM-CNIDARIA as well as PHYLUM-CTENOPHORA, which belongs to the kingdom Animalia, right? So, the only two phylums we are supposed to discuss today, PHYLUM-CNIDARIA as well as PHYLUM-CTENOPHORA in detail. Clear? Let us go on. So, based on that, the first phylum is PHYLUM-CNIDARIA, right? So, its previous name is called as actually PHYLUM-COELENTERATA, right? So, now it is termed as PHYLUM-CNIDARIA, right? First, let us look into some general character of this PHYLUM-CNIDARIA. Based on the first character is habitat. So, habitat in the sense where it is living, right? So, it is used to live in this aquatic region. PHYLUM-CNIDARIA animals used to live in the aquatic region, right? Okay. And the second character is regarding lifestyle. Lifestyle in the science, already we said it is used to live in the aquatic region, it is living in the water. How could it survive there? So, the first one, either it will be as a sessile form or free swimming one. Sessile in the sense, the organism used to fix or anchor in one particular place and it used to live there. That type of these animals we can say as a sessile animals, right? And the second one is free swimming one. So, in the aquatic region, everywhere it could swim freely, not fixed in a particular place. That is known as free swimming animals, right? And the third one is either it will be as a solitary animal or colonial animal. So, colony in the sense you understood, right? Colony. So, for example, if you say one colony in the sense where the few houses are there, we used to say as one colony, right? The same here, if there is a group of organisms surviving together is known as colonial form. But in case of this, solitary means it used to be alone. It used to live or survive alone. That is known as a solitary type, right? So, this is the lifestyle of this PHYLUM-CNIDARIA. Okay. Next one, organization. So, organization, several types we have seen in the previous sessions. Based on that, these organisms will be classified, right? Kingdom Animalia will be classified. That is cellular type, tissue type, organ type, as well as organ system type, right? So, based on these four, this kingdom Animalia we have classified. So, especially PHYLUM-CNIDARIA is tissue grade, means the body is not formed even as organs, the body is made up of tissue. Is it clear? Okay. And symmetry. So, here PHYLUM-CNIDARIA is radial symmetry. So, what do you mean radial symmetry? Already we have said the symmetry will be as several types. That is asymmetry, radial symmetry, pentamerous radial symmetry, biradial symmetry, bilateral symmetry, right? So many symmetry we said. So among this, phylum Cnidaria is radial symmetry. So what do you mean radial symmetry? We could able to divide the body into two equal halves in any one direction is known as radial symmetry. Understand? Okay. And the next one is germ layers. So germinal layer already we have discussed. So in the germ layer there is three types of, either two types of layer or three types of layer will be there, right? So if there is a two germinal layer, that is known as diploblastic animals. The layers are outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, right? So from these two layers the body organs used to develop, right? But in case of this triploblastic animals, the embryo consists of three layers, that is outer ectoderm, inner endoderm as well as middle mesoderm. In case of this phylum Cnidaria, the germ layer is diploblastic type, which means it consists of only ectoderm as well as endoderm. Is it clear? Okay. And the next one is regarding reproduction. So reproduction, either it will be leading to sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction. So both the kinds of reproduction is there, right? So sexual reproduction in the sense we need the gametes, male gamete as well as female gamete is known as a sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, from the body parts without this involvement of gamete, the new organisms will be produced. That is known as asexual reproduction. Understand? Okay. Next one is development. Development is indirect types. So what do you mean direct or indirect type? So indirect in the sense, after fertilization the zygote will be formed and the zygote is leading to the formation of larva. Then the larva will be developed into an adult organism. That type is known as indirect development, right? And for phylum Cnidaria, the name of this larva is known as planula larva. The larva is known as planula larva. Planula larva only, finally it will develop as a adult organism. Understand? So these are all the few general characters we discussed now, and let us go on to some specific character of this phylum Cnidaria. Is it clear? So this is one of the very peculiar and the specific character of this phylum Cnidaria. So that is cnidocytes or cnidoblast, or it is otherwise known as stinging cells. So here I displayed one figure. There I displayed this one hydra. It is an example for phylum Cnidaria, right? So can you watch there? The hydra consists of tentacles, right? Tentacles are there. So there one of this tentacle, the end of one of the tentacle is expanded there, right? Okay. And there in the tentacles, can you watch some, nematocyst inside there, one cell that is known as actually nematocyst, right? So this nematocyst consists of the cells known as cnidocytes, or it is known as a cnidoblast, right? Along with one trigger. Can you watch there? One needle like structure is there, that is known as one trigger, right? So this coiled tubule, along with that we can say is a nematocyst. This nematocyst consists of this cnidocytes. It's a specialized cell which is present in phylum Cnidaria, or this is otherwise known as a common name is known as stinging cells, right? Okay. What is the use of this nematocyst or this stinging cells? So here three uses I mentioned there. The first use is for anchoring. So anchoring in the sense, the hydra used to anchor in one particular place with the help of these tentacles. So the tentacle used to capture in one particular area and it used to anchor there. Okay. And the second one, defense. It is using this nematocyst or stinging cells for defense mechanisms. So when the enemies come to attack these organisms, it used to trigger one one poisonous substance which is present inside these cells. It will make this one black circumstances are surrounding around this animal. So that's what the animal can escape from the enemies. Understand? So that is another one use from this stinging cells. And the third one is used for to capture the prey. So when it see this prey, it used to discharge this thread like a coiled thread which is present around this nematocyst, and it used to capture the prey and it used to withdraw this prey inside this body. Understand? So three uses is there with these tentacles along with this nematocyst or stinging cells. Understand? So one is anchoring purpose, another one defense mechanisms. So when the enemies comes, it will emit this colored substance which is present inside, and it will escape them. Then and the third use is for capturing the prey. Clear? Okay. The second character is regarding circulation as well as digestion. So how could the circulation takes place in this type of these organisms? So one of this figure is displayed here, that is Hydra, and inside this Hydra it consists of one cavity, right? And can you watch in the center of this Hydra? There is a cavity, and this cavity here it is known as a coelenteron, right? And through this coelenteron the water movement will be there, right? Can you look at the top of near the tentacles? There is a mouth, right? This is otherwise known as hypostome. So through this mouth, it used to take this water, and this water may consist of the food substances as well as this oxygen also, right? So through the water, the food substances as well as this oxygen used to transport. So that's why we can say this is one of the circulatory system as well as digestive system also. The food which is captured by these organisms will be digested inside the body. So the digestion, either it will be extracellular digestion or intracellular digestion. Means the digestion takes place may outside the cell or inside the cell. Understand? So that is regarding this circulation as well as digestion. Clear? The next character is regarding this nervous system. The nervous system will be like a primitive type, and it will be formed as a nerve net. Can you watch in the figure? This nerve is formed as a net, like a web, right? So this type of this nervous system occur for this Phylum-CNIDARIA. And this is regarding skeletal system. The figure I displayed here is corals. In case of these corals, we can say, and the skeleton is made up of hard calcium carbonates. The hard skeleton will be there, and especially it is made up of calcium carbonate. And this is regarding the body form. Actually, these type of animals may have two types of body form, right? The body shape or morphology may change. Either it will be in a cylindrical form. The first figure is a cylindrical form. So this type of this animal is known as polyp form, right? Or it will be a mushroom shape or umbrella shape. It will change its body shape. That type of these animals are known as medusa form. So two form is there. Either it will be as a polyform as well as in a medusa form. Clear? Next character is regarding this reproduction. So as we said already, the reproduction will be either asexual reproduction or sexual reproduction. So what do you mean asexual reproduction? Without the involvement of gametes, male and female gamete is not necessary here. That type of this reproduction is known as asexual reproduction. So here one of the figure I displayed is Hydra. How here this reproduction takes place, can you watch? So listen. So first figure is the parent hydra. From the parent hydra's body, one bud is arised. Okay, and from the parent hydra's body, the bud used to develop. Okay, and the third figure is bud is growing. Then finally, the bud break off or detach, and it is started to develop independently as one new hydra, right? So this type of reproduction we can say as asexual reproduction. One of the method is budding method, right? Okay. So this is a sexual reproduction of this metagenesis. Sexual reproduction. How sexual reproduction takes place with the formation of gametes, male gametes as well as female gametes. Here, especially one title is mentioned here, that is known as metagenesis. Why this sexual reproduction is mentioned as metagenesis? Let us go on, right? So listen this figure. The first figure is mentioned as one hydra, right? Its which form is there? Cylindrical shape. That's why we could say as in a polyp form, right? So this polyp form of this hydra, when it is in cylindrical shape, it used to produce this, uh, one medusa with the help of this asexual reproduction, by asexual reproduction method. Okay, so this hydra consists of tentacles. Can you see? Okay, so these tentacles, either it will detach from the body. Okay, so that is one of the method we can say is strobulation method. So the mature tentacles will detach from the body, that we can say is a strobulation, right? This is one of this asexual method. So this detached tentacle is now it become as a medusa form, umbrella shape. That is known as a medusa form, right? Now this medusa is going to produce this gametes such as egg cell as well as sperm cell. Can you watch there? The medusa is going to produce this egg cell as well as sperm cell. So this egg cell and the sperm cell is going to fuse now with the process fertilization. When the fertilization takes place, it becomes as a zygote. The zygote is going to form as a blastula. Then the blastula is going to form as a larva. Already we said the name of the larva is planula larva, right? This planula larva will settle and it will develop as a polyp hydra. Understand? So polyp hydra, again it develop, then the tentacles will detach from the body by asexual method, then it will become as again medusa. Do you get me? So the cycle will be repeated. Understand? So that's why, so polyp medusa is forming this medusa by asexual method. Medusa is producing the polyp by sexual method. Is it clear? Okay. So this alternative form of this formation of this polyp as well as medusa type is known as metagenesis. Understand? Polyp is producing medusa, medusa is producing polyp form, right? So this alternative form of this phylum Cnidaria is known as metagenesis. Is it clear? So this is few examples for phylum Cnidaria. For example, corals, giant green anemone, hydrozoa, jellyfish. So these are all these examples for phylum Cnidaria. Is it clear? Let us go on for the next phylum. So the next phylum is Phylum-CTENOPHORA. Phylum-CTENOPHORA. And let us go on some general characters of Phylum-CTENOPHORA. The first one, as we said already, organization of the body. So here also the body is formed as a tissue, right? So tissue grade of organization. Okay. Second one, habitat, where it used to live. Here exclusively marine, aquatic only, but exclusively marine in the sense, what do you mean? Only in the marine water it used to survive. That is exclusively marine. Okay. And symmetry, biradial symmetry. Biradial symmetry in the sense, what do you mean? Radial symmetry means we could able to divide this body into two equal halves in any direction. Biradial symmetry means what do you mean? We could able to divide the body into two equal halves in only two directions. That is known as biradial symmetry. Right? Okay. Next one, germ layers. Germ layer here also diploblastic type, which means only outer ectoderm and the inner endoderm will be there, and the middle layer is known as mesoglia, but it is not formed as a clear mesoglial layer. Okay, not mesoderm, it will be formed as a mesoglia, right? And especially here this mesoglia consists of some specialized cells that is known as amoebocytes, right? Then its common name, usually this type of this Ctenophora, phylum Ctenophora animals are called as home jellies. Home jellies, or it is known as sea walnuts. Sea walnuts. Okay. Next one. It's monoecious types. What do you mean monoecious types? Mention it clearly. Sexes are not separate. There is no male and there is no female is there. Only single organism is there. So this male and the female gamete used to produce from the same organism. There is no separate male and female organisms. Clear? Okay. Then reproduction is sexual type. Means gametes will be produced. Male gamete and the female gamete will be produced. Okay. Then fertilization will be external. The male gametes and the female gamete will be left into the water and it will fuse in the water. That's why they said it is external fertilization. And development is interite. Already we said what do you mean interite? So the fertilized egg become as a larva. From the larva, adult will be produced. Right? That is interite type. What is the name of this larva? The name of this larva is side-dipped larva. Side-dipped larva. Fine. This is a special characters about this phylum Ctenophora. The first character is locomotion, right? How could it locomote? Can you watch here? This animal consists of 8 home plates. The ribbon-like structure it is formed from this body is known as home plates. Can you watch there? So this home plate is, the number is 8. So these 8 home plates are used for this locomotion, right? The next very specific character of this phylum is LASSO cells, or it is known as colloblast. So Phylum-CNIDARIA we said as cnidocytes or cnidoblast, or we can say it is stinging cells, right? And instead of that cells, in this phylum Ctenophora consists of the specialized cells that is known as LASSO cells or colloblast. Okay, and this also will be asked as either 2 mark question or 1 mark question. Okay, and what is this function of these colloblast cells? Here the third point it is mentioned there. Colloblast are LASSO cells that secrete sticky fiber on contact with the prey. So this cell is producing one sticky fiber. So when it looks the prey, this sticky substance will attach on this prey and it will capture the prey. So this is useful for this feeding purpose. Understand? Okay. Bioluminescence is one of the very specific character of this phylum Ctenophora. So bioluminescence in the sense, it's the ability of these organisms to emit light from its body. Can you watch this figure? It is one of the ability of this phylum and Ctenophora. It could able to emit the light from its body, right? That is known as bioluminescence. And this is two examples which is displayed here is the examples of phylum Ctenophora. The first one is pleurobrachia, and the second one Ctenoplana, right? This is examples of this phylum Ctenophora, right? I hope we can complete this here. Only 2 phylums we have explained so far, and let us go on few assignments regarding today's topic. Fine. So the first question is, what is nematocyst? Right? So it's a specialized cells which is present in this phylum Cnidaria, and its function, you can say it is for anchoring or defense mechanism or to capture the prey. So that points you can write, right? Okay. And yeah, that is the second question, mention the uses of this nematocyst. So the function you can write there. Okay. Third question, what is metagenesis? So what is metagenesis? Phylum Cnidaria consists of this alternative body form like polyform as well as medusa is known as metagenesis. Okay. And name the larva of Cnidaria. What is the name of this larva of Cnidaria? Planula larva. Okay. Next question is, what is bioluminescence? The ability of these organisms which belongs to the phylum Ctenophora to emit this light from its body is known as bioluminescence. Okay, then mention the specialized cells of Ctenophora. What specialized cell is there in Ctenophora? That is known as LASSO cells, or it is known as COLLOBLAST cells. Fine. And name the larva of Ctenophora. What is the name of this larva of Ctenophora? Sidip larva. Right? So please go through these questions and note down these points also. We can meet in this next session. Fine. Thank you.